Okay, so I did see the Game Show Awards, but I skipped sections and just like muted and completely ignored my screen and asked a friend to tell me when it was over for Honkai Star Rail because I was way too tired to take the information properly on board. And I knew that I wanted my blind reaction to be when I'm sharp enough to actually know what's going on in the footage, because it was like 2 to 3 a.m. I was not recognizing much of anything aside from the Okami drum beat. Nothing was sinking in very well at that point. I was way too tired and I just couldn't sleep. So, I wrote down a time map for this though.
Coming in January, and look at the upcoming adventures in Amphoreus.
Okay, we get a little showcase of it. Okay, so that must be Amorphous then. It looks like a Mobius strip. Yeah, let's go. Hi. Okay, so flashbacks of events make sense if it's the Path of Remembrance. It's almost like he's having an out-of-body... Hey, Kafka! Okay, Bella Bogs. Are we flashing through everything? Yep, Xianzhou. Sword Dance specifically. Make him speed run it all. Hey, Pedicody. Hi, Clocky. Hi, Sunday. Hi, Fuke. The Academy. Hi, Robin. Rapper. Okay. Space station and then back to here. And looking ahead. Ooh! No! I want to see. No. No! God, it's not full. Oh, that's super annoying. No, you're...
Is inevitable.
Well-known celebrity and...
No. Okay, I'll just use the deep... I'll just use the buttons for it. Try again. Look at that. Oh yeah, I wonder what they're taking inspiration of. It's not like we knew that it was based on Greek mythology, so this is basically the equivalent of Olympus. Let's go. And you just see a bloody titan holding up seemingly the sun of the world. Let's go. I love it. Okay. Ooh. That's so pretty. A little dining hall. This gives me massive, This is giving me Elden Ring vibes. Nyxphos is what it's making. The Eternal City is what it's making me think of. Also, how many symbols are these? 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I thought these symbols might be in reference to the, quote-unquote 13, you know, the characters that we've been previewed. But there's 2 little symbols for that, unless a character's missing. Either way, this would then be, this would be the Underworld equivalent then, based on inspiration. Like, design-wise, it just makes sense. Ooh, let's go. And big old sword, too. Oh, okay, this was part of this trailer. Ooh. What's her name? Okay, the rotting of fish to the bone, dying flower. Raven, that seems to be dying, feels like a reference to Nevermore. And burning away at the petal. What's this girl's name? Castorice. Is this Castorice? The fact she's being shown this early, if it is her, would mean that she might be in... that she'd be in 3.1. Probably. Let's go. What a pretty design. And death motif. Let's go. And that was a raw. What was the raw then? I want that image back up. Oh, there were gleaming eyes and everything. Like, it's a big thing. A little raw. There it is. Look at that. Let's go. I'm trying to think what creatures in Greek mythos would make sense for it, but that raw... Hydra, maybe? It makes sense if it was a Hydra. It'd link really well into Greek mythos. That'd be my best shot. Like, they do start with one head. Maybe. Look at that. Jesus Christ. Let's go. The Eternal Land. And look at that. So... This just... I'm so hyped. I can't wait. First off, what the hell is that symbol? Second off, I love the fact that they're making a point of the sun, because a character who seems to be connected to it is Fanon, who is the Kevin XP. Let's go! Our guy. I'm sad we haven't seen Serene. Is there anything more after this? I'll continue playing in a sec. So, big Titan. Seemingly, it's like this would be the equivalent of Olympus or the normal world then. That beautiful sky, let's go. Seeing Castorice potentially being tied into death, and now some big hulking monster, let's go. Skip regardless, because there's Kevin and Elysia, but still doesn't change that it's super interesting. And I'm looking forward to the lore. Oh, that's all we get. Sad. Anything else? Nope. Nothing else. Sad. Damn it! Meanwhile, I know this is unrelated. I know it is. But if I can find it, where the hell is it? I cannot even begin to explain the amount of hype I had. I recognize this so fast. This is how ingrained this was in my childhood. I was in a group chat messaging, and I was half asleep, and this drum, as it picks up, I was questioning, what is a drum doing here? Is it a musical performance? And then we kind of get to a bit a little later on where I just immediately asked the group I was in, is this Okami? Just Okami question mark, thinking around here is when I noticed it. That singular hit was all it took, and I was just like, Okami. They brought it back. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I was freaking out, and it made me unable to sleep for an extra, like, hour or two, and I've barely slept at all. Let's go. I love that I'm now at the point where Honkai Star Rail is covering like a part of my actual heritage. I have Greek in me. I love the fact that we've got a world that seems to be heavily inspired on Greek mythos, using the names of certain gods that are rarely used relating to the sky, like Fanon. I'm all in. And then we've got the return of my literal childhood. Seeing The Witcher 4 was sweet. This Game Awards, some of the awards seem super rigged. Like, I don't agree with their Game of the Year choice, and even people who played that game don't agree with the Game of the Year award choice. I am happy for the devs that got awards. Metaphor got represented quite a bit. I'm currently playing through it privately with my other half. We've enjoyed what we've played. We're avoiding spoilers completely and just aim to continue playing, but the fact it's so well received is very reassuring about quality. Final Fantasy got one award, I believe. I don't think it got more than one. I'm stunned Elden Ring's DLC didn't, but at the same time, a part of me is relieved that DLC didn't get one of the awards, because to me, it's... Shouldn't you shine a spotlight on full games released in that year? And it's not like Elden Ring didn't get a lot of love already as a full game, like when it's initially released in the first place. I'm really glad that Gachas didn't win any categories this year, because to me it feels like those categories get absolutely rigged in order for people to try and get benefits. If I truly believed that every single year they were the best, it'd be a lie. I have a lot of love for Honkai Star Rail and Honkai Impact Third, and Genshin less so than the other two, but I still love it. But I would not say that any of them would be Game of the Year every single year in that category. That just seems dumb to me, and I think that once a game wins a category, even if it's ongoing, it probably shouldn't enter that category again, maybe for a little bit, and enable other games to get the love and prestige they deserve. I loved the I loved the founder / leader of Larian giving crap to the Game Awards for cutting down his speech to 3 minutes last time, and then using the chance to talk about and speak real truths on the situation involving employment in the gaming industry, and the fact that the only way you're going to get great games is by letting creatives do it without the fear of losing their jobs, which, yeah, damn right. I enjoyed the 21 Pilots performance of Arcane's music. This was, like, some of the reveals here were just so on point. I was so pleased. The new Elden Ring one, the fact that we could potentially fly in that game. Let's go, man. Let's go. It's so cool. I'm so happy. Seeing Snoop Dogg, though, in this Game Awards was one of the cringiest things I've ever dealt with. The Muppets were really charming, and I enjoyed the backhanded humour. Snoop Dogg could have been out of this. I would have been a lot happier if he was. Me and multiple people were just cringing in a chat while listening, and I, ended up muting the audio so we didn't have to put up with it. How is he one of the I get that he has significance in music, and I get that he owns a gaming company. I've heard really bad things about his gaming company, actually, in relation to basically re-releasing hardware and stuff, apparently. If true, that's kind of funny. I should probably look into it more. But there was so much going on here. I will say one thing, I'm really glad that Wuthering Waves didn't win, based on the fact that recently there's been plagiarism in relation to... It seems like they're copying miHoYo's ideas way too much. Now, they already copied the dynamic with Paimon in the little creature they created, and now it looks like they've borderline completely taken too much inspiration from Fontaine and stuff. I don't sign up for a game to see them reuse other people's ideas and do very... Like, a character, it just seems so bizarre to me. I don't get it. And I have issues with, miHoYo doing it as well. The fact that they potentially plagiarized in Sunday's trailer is still super disappointing. But I also have a very well-established... I've had multiple years with miHoYo at this point, where it'd be very hard for me to just totally give up. I believe that them getting called out is the best course of action, and hopefully it'll discourage that behavior in the future, but it makes it really hard to let go. I've kind of dropped Wuthering Waves as a response. I don't think I could do the same if it came to, miHoYo, if they kept this up. I'd just feel increasingly more disappointed. I hope Amphoreus is incredible. I hope it's incredible, and I hope it makes more memories for people. The messages in Penacony were really profound and hurt me, considering, the theme of death and the fact that I lost Storm this year. But hopefully they can bring about a more profound meaning again. It feels, considering they're using the story of the Flame Chasers from Honkai Impact Third as a inspiration for this world, there's probably going to be an idea of what memory means, how important stories are, the value of a life, maybe. Like, we know, anyone who played Honkai Impact Third and knows the Flame Chasers story knows how significant that story was. It is basically seen as the pinnacle of Honkai Impact Third's writing. I see it that way. My other half sees it that way, who I play the game with. May's writing was improved tenfold by the fact that she had these interactions. Kevin was already a living and breathing character, but this humanized him so much more than the flashbacks ever could have. It gave such a good idea of what the stakes were in the story. It was just so good for its time. And the idea, it feels like in a way they're trying to recapture that glory. And I'm not against them doing that as long as they don't lean too much on their past work in order to make something new here. I want things to be totally unique to this story that don't lean on Honkai Impact 3rd in order to make them fly. And they've already taken inspiration from Honkai Impact 3rd story points and kind of used them to create Izumo, for example, and Acheron's backstory. Acheron is a version of Mei. She's done it in a really tactful way, and I have faith that the company can do the same thing for the characters that will be present in this world, like, Serene being a variant of Elysia, and Feynman being a variant of Kevin. So we'll see how they go about it as we progress through, but I have a lot of faith in what seems like is the foundations for Amphoreus' writing. As someone who has both heritage in, I have Greek heritage, and who has quite a lot of knowledge on Greek mythology, as a kid, my idea of, things I'd take interest in were, stories and mythology from others. I knew about Greek mythology because of family members. I got really interested in it. Disney's Hercules was one of the first bits I ever saw, and then from there I deconstructed it. It's like, this can't be accurate based on the story, and then I learned the real ones and kind of felt bad for Hades for being misportrayed. But that's besides the point. It's the fact that I have a good understanding of it, so I'll at least know the references. I already know a lot of the references from the previous content material. If you're interested, you might want to go and check the reveal on Amphoreus that happened. I kind of was nitpicking it apart, and I'm nitpicking this now. I'm interested in what Castorice is based on. I wonder if she seems unique to the story itself, to Star Rail, and I'm interested to see where they go with her story. She is going to be a skip regardless of what she does, only because I can't risk not getting Kevin or Elysia home, but it doesn't mean I'm not interested in what's going on here. I want to see what's going on. I love the association with death. I love her design, the themes around her, and now the potential monster that's hulking around behind her. Let's go. Let's go! This was a good Game Awards when it came to some of the things it gave. Do I agree with their choices for who gets awards? Hell no. But that's the case every year. It feels at times rigged in some categories, and I've never liked that aspect. You can tell me that everyone unanimously voted what was selected as the game of the year, and I'll tell you that I don't believe you at all in this case. Even the people who liked the game kind of questioned it was made game of the year. And I'm not saying, I don't even think that, I don't think Final Fantasy should have won that would have been a good choice for that category at all. It's a remake. The original story has existed for multiple years. To me, that's not the same as making a brand new experience. As much as I love Final Fantasy, that's my view, and no one can probably change that. I don't think that remakes/remasters should probably win game awards at all, or any sort of gaming achievement, beyond obviously recommendations. Like things like IGN's awards, that's fine, because that doesn't hold global significance to really anyone. But in the case of a game award, if a game that's remade or remastered won it, or DLC only, I'd kind of question it. I'd kind of question it a lot. But I would have been fine with Metaphor winning. I would have been fine with the Wukong game winning as well. Either of those two were basically my thoughts on which would be game of the year, and I actually didn't think it'd be Metaphor in that case. It won a lot, but I don't know if it would have been game of the year, because the sort of people who play anime games don't make up actually a majority of video game players, so I think that it'd be more likely the Wukong game would have won. and I would have been totally cool with that based on what I've seen about it. It'd have made sense if it won. And that's without me playing it. You can acknowledge something is good without actually experiencing it yourself, based on other people's viewpoints on the material and based on trailers and other things that you've seen in passing. It looked like a really good game. I wouldn't have been surprised if it won. I would have been surprised if Metaphor won, but based on what I've heard about like the quality and the fact that it won so much in the Game Awards, would suggest that it'd have been deserving of a win as well. Final Fantasy was literally the one I actually expected to win, but I would have been unhappy if it won because it's a remake and not an original property like from this year. The story had a backbone already for many, many years. None of the remakes parts to me should win anything relating to Game Awards. Maybe get honourable mentions, but no, they shouldn't be even in the race to me. And I love Final Fantasy VII as a story. So yeah, there's that. That's me ranting. I've already looked through the trailer for Star Rail. I don't think there's anything else I'd particularly say matters to this. The Witcher 4 is very hype. I'm looking forward to getting it. I recommended my other half The Witcher 3 ages ago, and I hope he'll eventually play it, considering The Witcher 4 is coming, and I do want to play that. We'll see. We will see.